Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to Changing the Lost Vanity. Vanity is a first edition Chronicles of Darkness game set in southern Florida during the year 1993. Follow Katrina, played by Tillman, Raymond, played by Chris, Isabel, played by Andrew, Frank, played by Slavic, and Adam as the storyteller, as they uncover the mysteries of the true Fae and forge new paths for themselves in a world of beauty and madness. Follow us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM for channel updates, and we hope you enjoy this episode.
All right, Isabel. I want to say it's around 8:30 p.m. at your house. You're in the bathroom doing your hair right now. You're like dressed to go. Why don't you describe what you're looking like right now?
Okay. I don't know. I am not really up on women's fashion, so especially in the 90s. So excuse me that I don't immediately have a description.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
She's got the whatever the in look is at this time. I can't quite.
So just imagine a really great outfit. That's what she's wearing right now. Her hair looks very nice. So yeah, you're just like putting the final touches on your look. And you're just kind of like thinking about, you certainly don't mind going places by yourself. You can meet people fairly easily. Being alone is never a problem that you have. You're such a beautiful woman that you have many admirers, always. You always have. And you never have ever had to be lonely. You know, anytime you've ever desired any kind of companionship, any kind of company, any kind of, you know, somebody to come along with you, you've always been able to have it. Do you desire to have any sort of company, any sort of like companionship as you go out tonight? Or are you just going to try to... And you probably have like a black book of just people you've gone on a date with, people you've hung out with, people you don't really know like insanely well, but you could call on them for a date. You could call on them to be your date at a club or accompany you or whatever. You've had so many interactions with so many people. You've made so many like friendships, so many acquaintances. You've had people be your arm candy. You've been the arm candy for other people. Just doing whatever serves you best. If you are going to be like some rich guy's decoration, but it's also going to get you into like a really awesome place where you're going to have a great time, like that's probably something you would do, and vice versa. Like you would have a very beautiful man or woman just simply accompany you to raise your standing, raise your appearance. And that's like nothing you really have any issues with.
So I'm seeing a lot of denim and flannel and mini skirts. So put that together in your mind with this gorgeous Latina with that classic 90s like poofy big hair, you know? Yeah, so we'll say she's maybe it's someone that she has gone out with before, you know. It was one of those things like, oh, we had a good time, but like she's not the we're together kind of lady. She's just looking to have fun. So if she's looking to have fun, she's gonna call somebody up like, hey, we're going out, and it's not a discussion, they're going out.
Yeah, so you and like these are you wouldn't have somebody in your address book if it was the type of person that would be delusional enough to think that this somehow would indicate some sort of relationship. The people that are the type of people you would add in your book are people who understand the deal. They're probably other club goers, other socialites, stuff like that. And you remember somebody that you had a pretty good time with one time. His name is Clifford, or Cliff, like you call him. And he was just somebody that you met at a nightclub, just during one of your nights. And he was this super handsome guy that you had drinks with, and you had a good time with, and you guys exchange phone numbers, and you've called him before, you've partied with him. He knows that you're not going to be in like a relationship with him, and he just enjoys the nightlife. So you go ahead and you call him, and you just ask him if he wants to meet you at the Bliss, and he's happy to accompany you there because it just looks good for him to just have this beautiful woman, as his date to this club. Like, if anything, if this doesn't help, if this itself isn't going to be like a hookup for him, he could find somebody else just based on who the company he's keeping, just based on like being there with this beautiful woman. Maybe other people would notice him. And so it doesn't even matter whether or not he's going to get anywhere with you tonight. It's just simply a matter of just like, it would look
We're
good for
having
me.
a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, and it would look good for me to be with you. And because of that, like, yes. And so, yeah, you shoot him a call, and he agrees. He's going to just go to the club at that time and kind of meet you there at the bar or whatever. He's very casual about it. The way that you remember Cliff looking from last time, he's this kind of like muscly gym guy who lives in, northern Miami, very close to Fort Lauderdale. And he's sort of just like the very vain, self-centered, only cares about his body type of thing. He's the kind of guy who looks at himself in the mirror and just gets like ultimate satisfaction about it. He's probably one of the most vain individuals you ever met. And you like have honestly thought before, like, this guy would be like the perfect changeling. It's just like, it's so funny that he fits into this sort of society so well without even realizing he's even mingling with it or even having any knowledge or awareness of it. But yeah, he was excited because he heard that the Bliss is the new spot. It's what's hot right now. And you get into your car, or we'll say when you're ready to leave. You've made plans to just meet him there, not to go together, but to just show up and just meet him there.
Okay.
So are you going to leave now?
Yeah, as soon as she's ready, she
So
she
you're
would have
ready.
called him earlier, like, hey, we'll meet up at 9 or whatever, and give herself enough time to get there, dressed up, get into her Firebird.
Yeah, and so you go out the front door, you get into your car, and you start driving down to the Las Olas to make it to the nightlife district of Fort Lauderdale, pretty much. And once you get to that block that the club is on, and you find some lucky street parking where you can just kind of walk down the street to the club, and then you get out of the car, you immediately hear this whistle from a passing car as you step onto the sidewalk, and you kind of are just walking down the street. How does that make Isabel feel?
Isabel she is very much the type of person who thrives off of the praise of others. So while that might be something that a lot of other women would find like intimidating or even frightening, her, it's like, oh, they're noticing me, and that means I'm doing what I want right. She's getting attention because she wants that attention. It's to fill this like void that she has inside of her, where she's just trying to compensate for this pain that she's always in. So for her, getting that attention from other people is something that just helps her just be distracted from all of that.
And so you feel this validation as you hear this whistling from this speeding car, and it almost just in your head it clicks for you, just like, okay, I did it right. Like, if I'm just getting this type of reaction, like, then what I was trying to accomplish was absolutely successful. And it's almost like you're able to just like read this desire from that whistle, and you feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up a little bit as the weird almost pulls that in, almost drinks that, and spits glamour back at you. It wasn't quite strong enough of an emotional reaction that you're actually able to harvest anything from it, but you feel that sort of inclination. you feel like you could have if you just had a little bit more interaction with that person. And so for you, it's like all these signs are just kind of like all these stars are just kind of aligning for you as you walk up the street to the club. It's like you have validation that the way that you look right now is totally desirable. Like you are just like this object of desire that is just walking down the street, just glowing, and just cars are look. You know what I mean? Like this person in this car is just
Slowing
whistling to,
down.
yeah, and it's just like, to you it's just like all these signs that are just like yes.
I think it's interesting you bring up the weird and glamour and all that. It just kind of plays into the whole idea that it's this void she's filling with the glamour. This hole that she has inside of her is the thing that all changelings have. They all have like something, a piece of them or parts of them just shredded, torn away from them, and they're just trying to compensate for that. And her her way is it's a very selfish, vain kind of way of doing things, but it's something that is almost therapeutic because she gets this immediate satisfaction. She gets something tangible from it.
Absolutely. And in a way it is vain, but you know that you owe it to yourself to feel this way, you know? You owe it to yourself to feel this sort of good about yourself. So yeah, you walk into the club. It's exactly how you remembered it. It's exactly how you remembered it last time, with the blue lights and the blue drinks and that outfit that all the servers seem to have, and that Latin house music that is just playing so loud that it rumbles in your stomach. And you see that first floor bar with the countertop that looks like it's made out of ice, and you see those blue tiles underneath all the dancing people that are kind of flashing in commotion with the music. And you go ahead and you have a seat at the bar. You realize that like Clifford isn't there yet, but he probably will be there soon. It's not like he would have stood you up or anything like that. I mean, if anything, he needs you more than you need him.
Yeah.
And so you're just waiting for a few minutes, totally calmly. A
Maybe
bartender.
she orders like a drink. Not to just sit at the bar like with nothing, just
Yeah, you don't
she
want to
gets a
look like you're waiting for somebody,
yeah,
you know.
of course not.
And so you get your drink, and you're just kind of sipping on it, observing, just observing the nightlife, observing the people dancing. You look up to this balcony area of the second floor, the area where the last time you were here, kind of you had kind of made some small talk with the different changelings of the freehold, and you saw like the summer court table and all these other tables kind of designated for different parts of the freehold and stuff like that. And now it's all mortals. And looking through the crowd, you see a changeling face. You just see one person you know, and it's Allison, the leader of the spring court. She's far too busy to notice you at the moment. It looks like she's trying to make a phone call on the cell phone while also trying to communicate things to the servers. She looks very, not like frustrated, just like frazzled by the stress of this place. Just being a busy nightclub in a popular party area. And it's just something you notice. You just see her up there.
Cannot relate. It's not stressful at all. It is fun. It is awesome. It is a great time.
Yeah, and
She's
you wonder,
enjoying
yeah,
it.
how does this like work for her? Like she's a spring, this is supposed to be her thing, but you can see that she's not enjoying herself, so to speak. Like she's just kind of working right now. And as you're looking at her, you just hear this voice from next to you, just like, "Hey, I hope you weren't waiting too long." And you turn and you see Cliff. He's this big dude. He's close to 6 feet tall, very very muscly guy. He's wearing this blazer with like a tight white T-shirt underneath it, and you don't approve of that. Like you don't approve of his outfit, but you're just like, okay. And you like lean forward and you give him like a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
He's a Caucasian guy, very clear skin, very handsome face. He could be a model if he wanted to. He could be a male model or some sort of like a fitness guy or something like that. His haircut is this. It's almost like a longer bowl cut type of thing. It looks very stylized and
Very
like
90s.
very 90s haircut. Nowadays it would look very out of place, but it looks totally regular. He leans in and he kisses you on the cheek, and he takes his blazer off and just sets it on the seat behind him and signals the bartender for a drink. And you guys are kind of shooting the shit and chatting and stuff like that. And he's leaning on the bar with like twirling the toothpick in his drink that has the olives, on the end of it. And he's just kind of like flirting with you a little bit, mostly just enjoying your company. And then you guys, head to the dance floor to start dancing. You guys are both very attractive people, and certainly you weren't going to come here and not dance. And he didn't
Absolutely not.
here and not dance. So yeah, he motions for you to follow him out into the dance floor, and you guys begin dancing. Other people look at the two of you, because you guys are both almost these godlike representations of just like perfect male and perfect female, and you guys are kind of just like
Can I make a roll?
yeah. What are you trying to roll right now?
So I've got striking looks. I've got presence. I've got socialize. Can I do those things?
Yeah.
Can I just like be awesome?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll presence and socialize. And then what does striking looks do? Give you a bonus for those?
Size. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, so with the bonus,
holy shit. I have 5 successes.
you become like the focus of the room. Like it's just like it's almost just become like you two are just like people have stopped dancing to just watch you two dance. It's just like you guys are just so in sync, and you guys are just so like you're conveying this sort of passion when you dance and stuff like that it's just like it's just mesmerizing to other people. And it's just
Which
like
is exactly how she likes it. She
yeah,
likes this whole like everyone's focused on her and adoring her.
you should regain a point of willpower for just like acting your vice, because by doing this you've gained so much of this like male attention that is causing the females that these guys are with to just like to
They're
just
envious.
like yeah, they're just like like guys are getting slapped because you're just
Talking.
stealing the show, and it's like just there's just so much like desire over you that like fills the air. And yeah, you get a point of your willpower back, and you also feel this feeling, the weird in the back of your neck. It's just saying that there's so much of this here. You can just take it if you want it. It's just so much glamour here that's just yours for the taking. Are you going to try to harvest any of this desire that people are feeling for you?
I don't think I can right now.
No? Okay.
I think I'm capped up.
Okay. Perfect.
But the fact that that is a thing that she could do, the fact that she is in this kind of setting where she feels like this power over all these other people just by, them being mesmerized by her, that gives her, this personal like kind of satisfaction that like it's like centralizing,
And it's
that
like yeah, absolutely. And you can just sort of feel the glamour is just like thick in the air right now. It's like it's almost like this palpable thing that you can just like feel like a heat. And it's just like after the song ends and it fades into the next song or whatever, the DJ starts the next track, and things kind of quiet down. You see people like patting the both of you on the shoulder, just like well done, like that was like amazing to see you guys dance like that. It's just like people were so captivated, like they just received a show. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. She's just reveling in it.
Yeah, and you're just totally just eating this up because it's exactly what you needed. It's like the perfect pick me up. It's better than you could have imagined just getting it this strong. Like this is your drug. This is what you live for. And as you sort of like take a look around the room and glance at all your admirers, you see this familiar face on the other side of the bar, and he's just wiping down the bar counter. It's Kyle. It's the gentleman you met here and spent a night with, and even met for a second date before you blew him off. And you could sense that you had hurt his feelings, but you also knew that he was becoming too infatuated with you. You know, you worked the magic a little too strong on him, so you had to cut your ties because you can't have somebody like that hanging around. You've probably had stalkers before. You've probably had people who've admired you so much that it's crossed a line and been completely undesirable.
I mean, and part of the thing with him is that like he doesn't have the qualities that she seeks out in other people to surround
Right.
himself with.
He's
And
not
so,
self-confident.
no.
He's not a smooth talker. He kind of embarrassed himself when he tried to fight for your honor. He just doesn't have any of those qualities, you know? And it wasn't going to work out for him, but he was a nice guy, and part
He's
of you
nice,
probably
but he's
feels
not her type.
bad, but and you just see him just staring at you, just upset, and he just shakes his head and just looks back down at the bar.
So is there like a moment where there's like eye contact?
Yes, like you notice him noticing you. And I mean, he's probably been noticing you for a while, but this is the first time you've seen him tonight, and you guys just both lock eyes for a second. You probably wouldn't want to for too long because it's a little awkward.
Yeah. She would probably just like whenever there's that moment of like eye contact and like, oh, you, okay. And then after that brief awkwardness of meeting his eyes, just kind of look away and just like, okay, whatever. Just go about her business like as if she doesn't even recognize him. Like she's just kind of like, whatever, just some guy.
Yeah, like you turn away. Like you're not gonna let this. You're not gonna let guilt over this fucking guy just ruin your night, especially a night like this. You feel like you're making up for the last time you were at this place where you just weren't able to let yourself go. It's like you were here on business. And so yeah, you turn away from him. You don't even know if he's still looking at you, but you're not going to focus on him.
Oh no, he totally is.
Yeah.
She knows he is too.
He is.
And she doesn't care.
And Cliff kind of notices that you two just like exchange this eye contact. He just looks at you and he's just like, "Ooh, former lover? Should I be jealous?"
It was temporary.
Ah, okay. And he doesn't give a shit at all. He's just trying to tease you at this point, you know.
He's not like you. He doesn't get it. Come, get me a drink.
Yeah. Okay. And you just see him. He calls the bartender over, and he points down at you, and he's just like, "Another one for her." Well, he's still looking over here. You must have really left an impression on the guy. Hey, you usually don't date like wet noodle type dudes like him. It's kind of seems out of place. What were you feeling sorry for him or something?
Well, he's a surprisingly good dancer.
Oh, really? Well, not better than me. I mean,
no.
Okay. And you see, Cliff is so full of himself. He's
She'll
just so
kind of glance over at at him, and as she's like putting like her hand on his forearm, and seeing if this other guy is noticing at all that like she's over having this intimate conversation.
Yeah, and you just see he's just like staring at you as you do this, and he's pouring a beer, and he's not watching what he's doing, and it just starts pouring. He just overfills the cup, and it's just like coming out everywhere, and it's making this huge mess, and he just like snaps back to what he's doing, and it's just like fuck, and he starts cleaning it up.
She'll kind of smile to herself and look up at Cliff and say to him, "Look, you want to make him jealous?"
I think I actually would like to, yeah.
And then so she would like lean closer to him, get right up in his space, and just start making out with him, just to see if like she can get a rise out of this other guy. She's gonna do this and like be all into it, like she's putting on this act, and then it's not even really like something she really cares about. To her it's like whatever. It's whatever, but she's trying to get a rise out of this other person.
And while you guys are making out, your eyes are closed, and you just hear this voice coming from the other side of the bar. It's Kyle. He's just standing right in front of you two, and he's just like, "You got a lot of fucking nerve, Isabel. What did you just come here to just rub this shit in my face?" I'm trying to fucking work right now. And you see Cliff, he separates from you for a second, and he's just like, you better watch it, buddy. Look,
She
I don't
just
care
is
if
like,
you're at work.
excuse me?
What did you just come here to just rub this all in? You with this other guy now, this fucking jock, and you just come to the place where I'm working just to bother me? The hell is your problem?
It's not all about you.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, it's not. I know, especially with you. It never is about anybody else. It's completely about you. And you see Cliff, he's starting to stand up. He looks at you and then looks back at him like, should I? Like,
It's not worth it. Let's go.
looks like you lucked out, buddy. And he just kind of like flicks the toothpick from his drink at the guy. And then Kyle goes to reach across the bar and grab him. And then you just see like another server who's kind of just like watching all this, just like pulls Kyle back, and he's just like, Kyle, stop, Kyle, stop. And you just see Kyle's just staring at you, just like, he has this crushed look on his face, just this hurt look of just like, why would you do this to me? Like, and it's like, you're not sure if you realized before the extent of his feelings for you. Like he just made an ass out of himself again, just out of love for you, not out of love, but like out of desire for you,
Mm-hmm.
He's always just making himself look like an ass because he just can't keep it in check when he's around you.
And if she wasn't full up on glamour, that's one of those things. That's what Isabel is really about, is just making people just full of just rage. She uses these talents to just twist people into just ridiculous outbursts.
And you definitely feel the heaviness in the air as his just bloodlust against fucking Cliff for making out with you in front of him. He just wants to kill this guy. He just wants to jump across the bar and just kill the both of you if he was that kind of person. But
he can't.
He can't. But you feel it in the air. You feel it. It's just ripe for the taking if you want it. And it's just dangling. And it's like almost that alone is enough for you. It's validation. It's confirmation that you got it. And it feels really good. It feels really good to you, like a drug. It's intoxicating.
I think with that, she'll try to lead Cliff away and just be like, "Let's get out of here, find somewhere else to go."
You take Cliff's arm, and you guys both kind of go to leave. And he's laughing, like he thought that entire encounter was really funny. And as you guys are exiting the club, he's just like, "So is this why you brought me here and make your old boyfriend jealous?" Or
Yeah, are you mad?
no, not at all, not at all.
Thanks. Maybe he'll leave me alone now.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So like you guys are just like going back to your car for right now. And there I want to cut to Raymond. Gonna go to the Hedge for this next scene here. So Raymond, you just set fire to a tent. You were just looking around at this little encampment that you kind of came across, and instead of finding comfort and shelter in something that is somewhat normal and human, like a campfire and a tent, you investigated a little bit and you found objects, you found tools, you found body parts, you found things that somebody would be using to make a fetch. Somebody would be using to construct life that is not actual life. And you burnt it down. You took you took you took like a torch or something, burned it in the campfire, and you burnt the tent, and you kept walking. And so you're walking through the hedge with this axe, and you feel different now. You no longer feel like the prey. You no longer feel like you're the target. You feel like you have more power within you than you were letting yourself believe. And as you kind of are like walking through the brush now with this sense of almost like gusto, as you are kind of making your way through confidently, pushing these branches aside, ready to face whatever you're going to face, ready to die if that's what's going to happen. But you're just going. How do you feel right now?
I feel like Raymond right now doesn't feel constrained anymore. You know, like Raymond kind of like we've said before, like Raymond was pretty suicidal, and this is him like kind of realizing that he's accepted that he's probably not going to come back from here, but he's like going to do as much damage as he can before. Because unlike last time where he lost his way and was kidnapped, he wasn't aware what was going to happen. He wasn't aware of any of this. So now he almost feels like, okay, well, I'm here and I'm going to do whatever I can until they stop me, you know, and he doesn't have any like delusions of grandeur. Like he's going to like stop every true fae, but he's at least if he comes across shit like he came across like that hut, that tent, he's going to burn it down, or he's going to, you know, he's not I want to like, he's like not scared anymore. And he feels also now that he's not like, chained down by these expectations of like what was happening on the other side, you know, where like now he can follow his instincts, he can follow what he feels needs to get done, and he doesn't have to worry about repercussions of any source, if that makes sense.
You're feeling pretty good about having just done this.
Yeah, he feels good, but he also feels like his sanity's slipping a little bit, and that's why his ego is feeling that way even more. Does that make sense? You know, like he feels like he's losing his inhibitions in a way, you know what I mean? And like now he can act on that side of him that he was kind of like that anger and that frustration and that came from being a victim that he's had to ball up and kind of hide with the facade or whatever. Now he's feeling like all the barriers on that are kind of crumbling down, and he's welcoming it in a way.
Is there like a part of you that feels like you could have even done maybe just a little bit more to serve some kind of justice to these sorts? Like you burned the tent, and that was good. That felt great. But now as you're walking through the hedge with this axe, this thought crosses your mind that maybe you could go back. Maybe you could wait for that thing to return. Maybe you could get the jump on it, and maybe your animal instincts could just take over. Maybe if you did this here, you could do it somewhere else too. Maybe there's more that can be done. I mean, after all, there's like this thought crossing your head, like, well, after all, like I can't just let him set up shop somewhere else over here. And it's almost like this, you're like drunk with this confidence right now of just having done what you just did, you know? And you just feel like I am the law. like what I decide is what will be. And it's almost like mystical in a sense to just feel like that.
And that axe definitely is empowering too. You know what I mean? Like having that axe, I definitely am starting to feel a connection with that axe and with what it could possibly be capable of doing. Like I said, Raymond's probably losing his mind at this moment. You know, and he's not like full psychotic, but he's definitely riding very close, if not already kind of crossed it over. But and I think there has to come a little bit of insanity to accept the fact that you're fucked and be okay with it, you know, and that you're gonna like do what you can. Just like I'm sure there's a sense of insanity with like kamikaze pilots, you know, and all that shit. You know what I mean? Just like to like cross that line and make that leap. So yeah, definitely. Like if that thought crosses my mind, which I didn't think of back then, like he could sit there and wait and see what, you know what I mean, comes back to it. Yeah, I want to turn around because like I said, I'm starting to feel connected to this axe a little bit even more, you know, like feeling like the wood of it in my hand of the handle, you know what I mean? And just like maybe it dragging along the path, or I'm sure I'm lifting it up to be more stealthy or whatever, grab it up. But definitely like, I feel like I'm taking control now back a little bit and I'm ready to do this. I'm going to go back there and I'm going to like kind of hide in the shadows and see if anything comes back.
And as you decide that this is what you want to do, this axe just feels great in your hands. It just, I mean, looking at it, it's nothing special. It's just a simple tool. It's just an axe made for cutting wood. But as you hold it in your hands and you look at this and it just feels so right to just have this with you. It's like, this is a tool. It's absolutely a tool. This could be a tool for so many things. This could be a tool for you to deliver justice. This could be a tool for you to stop what needs to be stopped, or to just just put an end to one bad thing, and it just makes so much sense in your hands as you carry this down the path. And you come to this realization that you're in the gates of hell right now, because surely what lies beneath on the other side is hell. If ever a thing was to be real or to exist, surely that's it. You've seen it. So where you are right now, this is the gateway to hell.
Yeah, and this time I'm going kicking and screaming. I'm not gonna go and get fucking raped and tortured for as long as I did last time. Like this time, like I'm definitely gonna leave a mark. If not, die going down trying. Like he's just tired of being the victim, and in the hedge, what he's been preaching to people on the other side, he gets to do. You know what I mean? Like gets to react and fight back. So, yeah, definitely.
All right. And so you turn around, you just get this sense, and it's like this surge of just like confidence and just correctness of just knowing what needs to be done, and you just turn around and you're just walking. Katrina, you've just been dropped off by the child version of yourself. You wish that this illusion or whatever it was had stuck around for just a little bit longer to just really show you the path. But as promised, you are where you asked to be. You're in this dark swamp with vines and bramble and the sound of frogs and the sound of crickets. No stars in the sky, just solitude except for the sounds of nature. And you start to just walk forwards because you see no clear paths ahead of you, behind you, anywhere. And it just seems like there's no right way to go. So just any way is a way to go. And you just are going ahead of yourself. You're just pushing branches to the side as you try to make your way through to see any kind of thing, any kind of trail marker, any sort of thing that would just give you something to focus on, some sort of destination out of all this. As you stand right now, it's like you can only see about like 20 feet ahead of you. And then what is beyond that 20 feet is just a complete mystery. It's different than just regular darkness where you can anticipate certain things ahead of you. It's just dense swamp. What are you feeling as you are moving through this wild place with this uncertainty of what you're going to find?
Katrina feels cheated. Deal was for her to meet Raymond. Now she's stuck like in the middle of nowhere with no clear path to him, with no signs of him even. And yeah, she kind of regrets what she has done. But now it's like she's stubborn a little bit, just trying to move forwards. Like either she gets out here or maybe she finds Raymond.
You feel like this thing that you encountered, that you literally gave a part of yourself to, it's like you gave it a part of your soul, a part of your happiness, did not deliver on its end of the bargain. Because you were told that you would be brought to Raymond. And instead, you just find yourself in this, just another random part of the hedge. And you worry now, like, did I really make a deal to find myself stuck here? Is this really what's going to happen? Is this even allowed? Are they allowed to break their word like that? Is that even possible? And as you push forward in frustration, you see something in the distance, and it's just the faint remnants of some light, of some fire, just peeking through the swamp and through the brushes. And for a second, it's startling to you, but then as you look behind and you just see the complete blackness behind you and the complete blackness around you, it just seems like a sign, like it's just, this is where you're supposed to go.
Yeah, she's gonna approach carefully. How big is the fire from my point of view?
So from where you're at right now, you can just see this sort of glowing like 50 feet away from you. And you get the impression that it's fire because of the movement and, the way that it sort of flickers and glows. But you can't necessarily see it yet. You just see the light from it through like shrubbery and flora and branches and swamp and that entire landscape, and you just see this burning in the distance.
Yeah, I think Katrina's definitely afraid that the hedge is burning down around her, but she's gonna approach and like check out whether it is a forest fire or a campfire.
We'll say you walk for another 5 minutes or so until you can clearly make out, what's going on behind these branches here. And you see the roar of two flames. One is a bonfire that is kind of just lit in the middle of this clearing. It's a part of the hedge that looks like somebody had cut down all the brush and stuff like that around it, so they would just have like a flat area to make a campsite. Basically, it's not very elaborate. It's a fire, and it's what you see as a tent, which is completely engulfed in flames. It's hardly a tent anymore. It's the foundation of a tent with the covering on top just completely immolated. And it's this burning campsite that's just relatively completely empty, There's the bonfire in the middle. There's this tent, which is burning with whatever belongings are inside burning. And no movement, no extra sounds, no extra, no activity or anything like that. And you just kind of stare at it for a while. And the fire's almost calling to you, the bonfire. It's almost, like it's almost like talking to you in a way. It's like come sit by me, come receive this comfort, It's almost like it's like a mirage in a desert. It's like the total comfort in a place that is just so unhospitable.
Katrina's gonna approach, but she's not gonna sit down. Like, she's not in the mood for like sitting down, but she's gonna stand there like
You go to step out of the bushes to sit by this fire, and then you see something that makes you just get back. You just stop and you just get back, and you're silent because you see this shape moving in the distance behind the tent. It's like he's just trying to grab things out of this fire and just throw them to the side and try to salvage what he can. You can't make out any distinctive features. It's just a shape. But it's so startling to you to just see another person here. It's what you would imagine would be like seeing a person in your own house or something. It's just like oh no, this shouldn't be, Like that's something that's not supposed to be there. And you just push back, and you're just silent, and you're amazed at how able you are to just not make a sound in these bushes right now. And this figure walks a little bit closer to the fire, and you're able to see it. It looks like a human male. The clothing he wears are a relic of a time long forgotten. He has these black slack pants on. He's barefoot. He has this white buttoned, I guess it's a shirt. It's almost like a tunic or something, because it's like it's fluffy. It's like it has frills on the front of it, and it's tucked into these black trousers with a belt and a buckle, and you see it's buttoned all the way up to the top. You see this wiry long black hair that goes to about here and is cut in a very very severe straight style. And he wears this black flat-brimmed hat, and it's almost like puritanical the way that he works, the way that he looks. It's almost like he's like this pilgrim or this relic from another time, And he peeks out into the bushes for a second to see if did I hear something? And he's just looking, and you see him. He looks somewhat intrigued. And then he just, he turns back away, and he goes back to the fire and starts trying to pull more stuff out of it. The stuff that he's grabbing looks to be mostly like just random objects, random tools that are kind of like smoldering, and he's trying to put out the flames with this by waving this blanket on them, like just like this very worn, like wool blanket. He's just trying to like pat the flames out and just trying to salvage whatever he can. And it is very like there's like this level of calmness that he has as he does this. And it's just like he's systematically just going in and trying to grab stuff and set it to the side.
He remains calm by doing that.
He remains very calm, even though his stuff is on fire. It's very unsettling to you to just see this man slowly pulling things out of the fire and just placing them on the ground near the bonfire.
Katrina is definitely scared, like, of the way he behaves. Like, he isn't swearing, he isn't throwing shit about and trying to salvage as much as he can. He's just like walking like a robot.
And whenever he steps back towards the bonfire and the glow of this fire just illuminates him, you're able to just see this face, this worn face, completely human. It doesn't have any of the features that people of your kind would have, you know? None of the strangeness, none of the oddities that changelings possess. He looks like a man. He looks like a sad man and a worn man, and a man that is not of our modern times, but he doesn't appear to be a fae or a changeling or a goblin or anything like that. But there's something very cold when you're looking at him, something very sinister in his stare when you just see him stand by the bonfire with his hand on his hips, just staring down at a stump, just looking, not moving, not saying anything, just staring at the stump. Like there's something missing there. There's something he wants, but it's not there. And he just turns around with his hand still on his hips and just looks out into the woods. And can you give me give me stealth and dex? Okay. Give me a dex and stealth roll.
Okay. So I don't have stealth, so that's -1. I fail.
This man is standing with his hands on his hips and he's kind of just looking around now. He's trying to find something. And as he gets closer to where you're hiding in the bushes, almost the opposite side. So like, let's say there's the tent, there's the bonfire, and then there's the bushes where you are. So like you're in this bushes, closest to you would be like this bonfire, and then even farther past that is the tent. So like you're on the farthest end of this tent right now. And as soon as he walks back to the other side of the bonfire, close to the bushes where you are, you start to feel your heart just beating through your chest. Because he's looking for something. He's trying to find something. And this cold calmness that he has is not comforting. It's alien. It's weird. It's potentially dangerous. Like you do not want to make yourself, make yourself heard. And you start to feel this anxiety as he's walking like a little bit closer to where you're hiding, and he's just looking out. And for a second, he's just staring into the bushes exactly where you are. And you're just thinking to yourself, oh my God, he sees me right now. He's just looking at me right now. He's just staring right at me. And it's like your heart is just boom, 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 just bumping out of your chest. And he goes to turn back away, and this branch just cracks underneath your hand, and it just makes this sound. And he just turns, and his eyes just lock on you. And now he's seen you.
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded, one which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there. High Level Games, the industry's first choice in taking your games to the next level. We are a podcast blog and new media network at highlevelgames.ca. We have blog posts about all of your favorite games going up 5 days a week, and a podcasting network with actual plays and shows that discuss role-playing games, with more rolling out all the time. We are on iTunes, Twitch, and YouTube. Find out more information at highlevelgames.ca, a site that certainly isn't controlled by a shadowy board of directors of otherworldly origin. That's highlevelgames.ca.
Please, help. They're coming.
The Los Angeles metropolitan area is constantly growing and changing. The Central District is full of new buildings. The Hollywood and Wilshire districts, once far from downtown, now are part of which spreads past Beverly Hills and out to the ocean. But why is all this going on in Los Angeles? Why is Los Angeles an exploding city?
Neon Masquerade.
The Demon's Mirror.
13 Candles.
3 Chronicles running through the undead veins of the City of Angels.
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers Actual Play podcast invites you to drink deeply.
Go to eorpodcast.com and search the duets tag to find out more.